So today we're here to kick off the campaign for RhodyCare in Rhode Island. RhodyCare is a new concept that's based on an old structure, and we're trying to figure out how to make it work, and together we're going to be able to do it, right? So what is it? Well, what does it do? RhodyCare, Rhode Islanders are facing higher and higher expenses for child care and care in general, right? So for child care, it averages out around $13,000 to $14,000 per child per year. This is as much as rent. And for elder care, it's twice that or higher. This also doesn't take into account the emotional impact on the family, the disruption on the family unit, or the disruption of the community. RhodyCare as a policy seeks to start to solve these problems by providing a trust fund and a direct stream to direct care providers, be they family members or be they professional caregivers. Built into it, however, are supports for wages and conditions that are at the highest standard that we can reach, which would be decided by people who work in the industry and people who receive the care. Because who better to know what's needed than the people who are doing the work and receiving the help that they need, right? I mean, that's kind of what it's about. The thing that kind of brought us to this as a campaign and why Jobs with Justice decided to work on this is that we work on maybe 5 or 6 large campaigns a year. Each one of them is very, very meaningful, especially like me. I'm the son of a janitor and a early childhood teacher. Workplace issues and issues affecting family are at the heart of almost everything Jobs with Justice does. And it's also at the heart of what Caring Across Generations does. My experience as a worker and my experience, I'm gonna wait. Well, that's a good one. My experience as a young high school student, I actually have friends in this room who remember me from high school, which is really kind of cool. It's really like 2 dear friends here from high school. In my family, I was going through a pretty serious traumatic transition where my father, who had been a prize fighter and a painter and a janitor, was going through Parkinson's, or what we thought was Parkinson's at the time. And I know some folks remember that. I provided a lot of the direct care for him as the disruption to the family was huge, the loss of the income, the loss of having another adult in the household, with the household full of teenagers was disruptive. It's a huge amount of pressure for a family to reach. Had there been a program like RhodyCare, the chart, my life's chart probably would have been a little bit different, right? I would have made some different decisions. I would have done something different. I remember very, very clearly talking to doctors and other care providers and being in such a fear of the decisions they were going to make that there's no room for the dignity of the employer, dignity of the worker, dignity of the family member, dignity of the client, dignity of the son, dignity of the mom or dad or sister, anyone. That's not factored into it. RhodyCare seeks to reconcile that. We are trying to bring dignity back into the care conversation. And we have really tremendous people here who are going to tell some stories. We're going to talk about it. We have packets to share, which has overview and information. And I'm really honored that everyone who's here tonight, who I will shout out after we do some talking first.